Hello and welcome to these Battlegrounds. I'm Bobby B, and today we'll be looking at, we'll finally be looking at the Operation Monster Force, Declan Van Helsing. Now these are going to be from Big Bad Toy Store and Fresh Monkey Fiction, pre-ordered back in April of 2023, so we're at what, a year and a half or so of pre-order waiting, but they're finally here. I already have Delta Red up on my channel. Big fan so far. Pulling Van Helsing out, I noticed a few things right off the bat, but we'll talk about it as we get into it. Let's dive in. So like I said, Big Bad Toy Store, Fresh Monkey Fiction, got a nice shot of him up the front, Operation Monster Force. The packaging is like these books. Van Helsing's going to be number 1, then they all go all the way up to 8. Your figure being there on that. Then we got a little backstory here. Van Helsing family hunts vampires. And then by the time he grew up, they were all gone. Forgotten King arises, and Van Helsing opens Vault 13 to release the Van Helsing prisoner Dracula to go to work to fight the Forgotten King. And there you can pause it, read up on the Forgotten King right there. Got a cross-sell on the back. The other 7 figures, whichever figure you have, is missing from the cross-sell, which is pretty nice. But that's who we got for Season 1, Series 1, Wave 1, whatever you want to call it so far. Diving into his gear and accessories, we got a ton, as you can see in front of me. Starting out, get them over with, we got 3 blast effects. Got a long one, a shorter one, and we got this big guy. Then we also got our smoking barrel, smoking gun effect. We get our vampire hunting crossbow. It's already got a bolt loaded up, looking good. The bolts do not come out that I can tell. That's a red sight on the front there. Something fun, something unique we don't really have. And these don't feel like they're going to break. They do feel like they could break. They don't feel like they're going to break right off the bat. So, just exercise caution with them. Get this nice AR platform with a giant dagger on the front of it. And beautiful, beautiful detail. Nice angled foregrip. Selector switch. It's got the sight on top. Dust cover's open. Magazine does come out. Do a round count. And there is even a round on the top. I know Gridiron's taking over for weapons for these, so I'm kind of excited about that. See what direction they go in. Nice red trigger and losing some paint on the pistol grip already. Get our, I almost said Beretta. I don't know what it is actually. But it's got some nice coloring. Brown on the handle. Gold for the trigger and those little screws. Porthole for blast effects. Then we got our little, like, Walther Kimber prostitute gun. It's even got the porthole for blast effects. Get a nice little dagger. Brand handle, silver blade. Not a whole lot else going on. We do have a sheath in the gear. That fits in like so. Moving on, we got a plethora of loadout accessories. So these figures are very customizable. You got 2 drop leg thigh paddles with the peg hole. You get a pouch for a magazine. You get an extra magazine. It's even got the round painted in the top. I think it's for a magazine. Maybe not. Kind of snug. You get an all black radio. The screen's not painted. On the Delta Red, it's painted blue. No paint on the screen. Does that fit in there? You just gotta work it in there a little bit. Get a nice holster. It's got some camo painted on it. I don't know if that my light will pick it up. Good to go. Already covered the knife. And everything's got this peg system into the vest and the thigh paddles. My big concern is that after a while, they wear down, so then your stuff keeps plopping out. So if you do a lot of switching back and forth, I'd be kind of concerned. One thing I did notice, and I'm noticing right now in the artwork, you get this hand mic, which is an awesome piece, and the cord just kind of disappears back there. That's genius. That's clever. We haven't seen that yet, so I'm big into that. That's fun. It's definitely going to go on the figure. We get 2 sets of grenades. You get this 3-pack and these 2. Then you get your completely alternate bottom part of the vest. Got some shotgun shells. You got a Gerber. You got some pouches, and then you could put the magazine or the radio into this as well when it's up on their person. We also get a covered in paint, but a bunch of extra bolts, and I'm guessing that the way that's curved, it's going to go into one of the thigh paddles on the side of the leg. We got this unique Operation Monster Force stand. It's a gravestone. Flip it over its side. Declan Van Helsing. 2-foot pegs. Not a fan of how it feels, but I mean, it's a stand. It is what it is. That old school House on a Haunted Hill font. Again, the figure himself. We got 2 flesh gripping hands on the figure. Then you get your left and right trigger fingers, left and right fists, left and right open hands, and then you get your gloves. You got your gloved open hands with some green on the knuckles, gloved fists, gloved trigger fingers, left and right, and your gloved gripping hands. So lots of different styles. Figure himself. Got a nice scar over the right eye. Very stern look. He's got this gray undershirt. T-pose. It's got butterflies. Double jointed pinless elbows. Double jointed pinless knees. The vest does come off right here. I don't know what he's working with underneath, but the vest kind of inhibits a little bit of inhibits a little bit of movement inside there, but it's not too bad. And then actually we'll do this. Come on. Try not to bore you with popping and swapping all this stuff, so we'll just do a piece here and there. If I can even get this out. So like I said, there's your peg system. It's that easy and done. You got this panel piece can come out, this piece can come out, and then like I said, this whole bottom piece, just 2 pegs, can be swapped out. On the figure himself, we got a nice tourniquet. We got some medical shears. That is great attention to detail. We got some pistol mags. We got a holster for the little prostitute gun. Then it looks like we got a flashlight and another mag. Got a nice belt. It's got some shotgun shells. We got some clips, some pouches. Got some brown tack pants. Does have a thigh cut, but there is no boot cut. So we saw that. We saw that with the unbloused boots from Valiverse. We saw it with Shipwreck and Dock. There's no boot cut. Hope as I pull the foot off. But a little bit of movement to work them. Get them what you need them to do. Be good to go. So definitely a fun take on the figure. Can't wait to gear them up and get some shots with them. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram at @BeesBattlegrounds. I'll be posting a ton of pics of these guys coming up. Comparing Van Helsing to Action Force Condor, G.I. Joe Classified Grunt. Then we got a Marvel Legends Punisher here. I think he'll fit in just fine with whatever shelf you want to work these into, or if you're going to keep them on their own shelf. For me, they'll probably be on their own shelf, since I don't really mix up any of my lines. And go from there. Compared him to the Delta Red, who just fell over during the review. It looks awesome. Can't wait to see what else is in store for the Operation Monster Force figures. But there you have it. There's Declan Van Helsing. He's got that tactical look. I was all for it. I think the concept's fun. Looking forward to see what this brand brings. But just the customization alone is, in of itself, game changer for the tactical toy community. Look at that. You don't even have to heat and pop. You just gotta work it over. And that should peg in. Like, you see how no heating up, nothing, just good to go. I will say I do have a bunch of gray paint all over my flesh. Then we got some tattoos in the arms, which I kind of briefly skipped over. Can't really make out what they are. We got a skull on this one. But all that gray. See inside the hands? I don't know what all that is. Someone might be switching to the gloves here in a second. But there you have it. Did you guys pick them up? Skip out on them? This isn't your thing. I'm leaning towards just doing the tactical stuff, but I did pick up some Sleepwalkers, so we'll talk about those as we go. Until next time, load up, grab your kits. See you in the battlegrounds.